My name's Jim Bethune. I'm the treasurer of Ancaster Soccer and actually the past president. I've been on the board for about 8 years, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight to be involved in what is most certainly a very important decision that I think is for our community for generations to come. Soccer, Ancaster Soccer has grown exponentially over the last 7 or 8 years, and I think part of the reason for that is that soccer itself has grown to be really, a huge sport in North America, let alone the rest of the world. Hamilton happens to be an area that is very strong for soccer now. Participation is huge. And as a club, we have certainly seen soccer as a key educational tool for today's youth. Without hesitation, we strongly believe in that. And as a parent, and watching my daughter play the sport for some 14 years, and she's playing at university now, I certainly can say that it's been a key part of her development as a child. So, Ancaster High is a very important part of what our club does today. It represents 50% of our field space. There's 10 fields there, some of which Ancaster Soccer has actually built themselves at our expense. We maintain the fields. We pay for much of the maintenance. We take care of the nets. We fix the poles. We cut the grass. It is a huge part of what our club does. It is the focal point of soccer in Ancaster. Ancaster High. It's a very important part of what we do. 6 days a week, the place is packed from May 1st to the end of September. Soccer is changing. There's no denying that. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But as a club, we offer year-round academies now. Many of you might be aware of the fact that we just partnered with Redeemer to build an indoor dome. It just opened in October. So we are now truly a club that's offering soccer year-round. Our participation has grown to about 2,500 kids outdoors in the summer, about 1,000 indoors in the winter. Just to give you an idea, 8 years ago when I started, the club had 650 participants. We run the largest single weekend soccer tournament in the province, in Ancaster. It's part of the Heritage Days weekend. Ancaster High is the focal point. Believe it or not, we get about 20,000 people showing up that weekend. Every hotel room in Southern Ontario is full. It is the second largest revenue generator for this city today for tourism, for sports. The other thing that Ancaster Soccer is now doing is we're really now trying to build the linkage between the schools, the club, and the universities. So we've gotten into what we refer to as the college university tournament game. So we invite university coaches to come to our community to have a chance to see the kids, watch them play, and sort of it's like a scouting opportunity. This is something that used to be only really in Toronto until 2 years ago. Now we've taken on that mission to bring it closer to home, and we just ran a tournament this past weekend. We have another one in 2 weekends. It's now a big part of what happened. We offered scholarships ourselves last year to kids that went on to university. The future of soccer in Ontario and probably Canada is changing quickly. The Ontario Soccer Association, OSA, just announced a program called Long-Term Player Development. And up until now, soccer has been all about the clubs fighting with each other for resources and players. And it's now going to become much more European in its thinking. And it's really going to be academy-based. So the linkage between the schools, the club, and beyond is going to become so much more important. And so Ancaster High is such a big part of why we want to do that. We have positioned our club to be one of the leaders in this province to do this as the game changes. And what that's going to be is a center of excellence. Ancaster High, the City of Hamilton, Redeemer, we plan and are working towards building the finest year-round soccer excellence that we can. Our club has the technical expertise, we have resources, we have program design, we have nationally ranked coaches. We're already doing a lot of this today. It's on its way. As I say, the indoor dome was part of the plan, and now the OSA is basically almost encouraging clubs like ours to do what we're doing. And Ancaster Soccer Club itself is going to become more like an academy that will be known for all the resources. And we believe the school and the footprint of Ancaster High is an important part of that. In fact, I would probably say it's crucial. We believe it is something that will attract kids to come from throughout the city to want to go to Ancaster High for their development. as part of their education. We strongly believe in that. That's what's going to happen. So the business case, we are as a club committed. We are already spending money to maintain the facility. As I said, we built, I think, 3 of the 10 fields ourselves there. We maintain them throughout the summer. We already provide soccer-related equipment and technical expertise, and the plan is for us to continue to do that. And we want to do it. We believe we have the best soccer minds. We think there's fees available for this program that could benefit everybody. And we certainly are using the facilities today and want to continue to be able to use the facilities. So I think what we're hoping to do as a club is continue to create a legacy for Greater Hamilton. I want to stress that, Greater Hamilton. Yes, we're in the footprint of Ancaster, but I think this is about Greater Hamilton, what's right for soccer in our community. And we believe education is community, community is education. And again, I feel as a parent that education is much more than just the facility itself, the building itself. I think the community and everything that is around it is so important. And we feel the footprint on Jerseyville Road is a very unique opportunity in that regard. As a club, we are committed to that plan. And finally, I will say I have tremendous respect for what you're all involved in here. I recognize this is a very difficult process from many perspectives, and whatever we can do to help, we're here to help.
Thank you very much. See if we have any questions for clarification. Trustee Bishop?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. I'm wondering if you could just tell us whether you for your use of the soccer fields, whether you do this through the city or whether you do it through a permit through the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board.
School Board.
You do it directly?
Yeah,
so
we have city permits for city fields, and then we have an agreement with the school board, yes.
And you have an agreement with the school board?
Yes, we do.
And
We have for years, by the way.
No, that's all right, because we have different arrangements with
Yep.
different groups. And your how much are you charged for the use of these soccer fields?
We pay for the maintenance. That's the agreement.
So you pay for it?
So in other words, we seed the fields, take care of everything, spend money to make sure the football field's in good shape, the whole bit. We've even fixed the track, and we don't use it.
Thank you.
Trustee Hicks and then Trustee Johnstone.
Through the chair, how many registrations would be outside of Ancaster in your soccer club?
Right now,
Right now?
about 400,
Which would be what percentage?
but less than 20%. Because it boils down to a lot of those would be competitive based, and then about the 400, about 150 would be house league based.
Thank you. Trustee Johnstone.
Thank you, Jim, for your wonderful presentation. In your presentation, you had mentioned that there's currently 10 fields on the Ancaster High site.
Yep.
If you were to lose a couple of those fields, how would that impact Ancaster soccer? Would you be able to absorb into the remaining fields, or how would that impact you?
Well, Alex, if we were to lose a couple fields, I think that would not be necessarily an issue, right? Go from 10 to 8, depending which fields they are, because fields are different sizes. And again, I'm very supportive of the process, and the right decision for all concerned is that a couple, part of the space is carved off for some sort of school usage. We would certainly understand that and find a way to work around it.
Thank you very much. Trustee Terpstra.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. When you have your really large tournament, do you have a spillover to the Morgan Firestone fields?
We use 28 fields for that
28
tournament.
for
Yes,
the...
but there's 15 fields between Morgan Firestone and Ancaster High, so that's the hub. We actually run right on the Ancaster High premises, we have a marketplace that's there all weekend. And we have about 40 vendors. We serve 15,000 meals on a weekend as well. It's a huge revenue generator. There's about $1 million in revenue generated by various organizations that are selling merchandise. So it's key. Like if that site did not remain for the most part, I would think it would mean that the tournament would be drastically altered.
Okay,
If
the
not-
other question I had is, about the program strategy. Is there a soccer program of choice going to Ancaster High that you would know of, or that staff would be able
There's
to
significant interest to do so from the school. We are in discussions with the school now about putting that all together, and we're absolutely in favor of doing that. And we're willing to put every resource we can think of at it. We feel that strongly about it.
Okay, and just the question for staff would be on the West Arc recommendation, was it in the column to have a soccer program at Ancaster? Through you, Mr. Chair?
I'm getting nods from Trustee Johnstone, but I'll look to Associate Director Bain. I don't want to put the Associate Director on the spot. We can take these questions away, I
Yep.
think, and we'll get the firm answer. And any sort of,
Great.
just so the public knows, any sort of questions trustees may put to staff tonight, answers will be put on the website, so everything's public. Okay. Trustee Orban, we have about 20 seconds left.
My question will be brief. The one comment is what you have done is wonderful, and it really capitalizes Dundas on the map. Could be around the world. Are you trying to, with your national ranked coaches, trying to look like Olympics or world way of training these students, provided there's the academic component?
Well,
Have you thought about that with all those?
Absolutely. Melissa Tancredi is from Ancaster Soccer. She's on the Canadian women's national team today.
Wonderful.
And so that's absolutely the thinking. It's meant to be a pyramid of play. We want to run the best house league programs for the players, to be those that want to play, and we want to have the best competitive programs for those that want to pursue a career in soccer in some fashion.
Wonderful.
And by the way, we also employ about 150 kids every summer for referees and other issues as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your coming to speak to us tonight. I'm looking for a motion. Thank you, Trustee Orban, to receive. Trustee Johnstone, seconding. Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. That's unanimous.